kick off. How's life in quarantine?
Oh mate, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it if I'm honest. I'm missing seeing my family and stuff like that, but
It's a small thing.
making the most of the situation. Yeah, no, but not a huge amount really has changed with me, to be honest. Apart from going into the gym to see the lads and stuff, it's not a huge difference to me really. It's just I'm not getting to see my family and friends and clients. So yeah, it's just one of those situations. You've just got to make the most of it, and
Just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
yeah. You know, we've just moved house, so I've had a bit of extra time to do other bits, but the first 5 weeks of quarantine, because a lot of stuff has changed in the business. We've had to sort of restructure a few things, but everything's sort of running smoothly now and pushing forward. So it's good. I am looking forward to the to the gyms reopening though. I've got to admit that.
Oh mate, yeah. I think the one thing that I'm missing the most, and like, as I'm sure you're a highly motivated person to train and do stuff, but I think for me personally, it's like the environment shapes the way that I perform sometimes. Like I want to train with other people just bounce off other people. You know, when you train on your own, you can only go so far with it. Like I can't redline. I can't like go and like, do something crazy like Fran or something like that, because I just wouldn't be up for it. So
yeah, I think I think a lot of people have adapted their training, because I will be the first to admit, if I didn't have my garage gym set up, there's no way I'd be doing bodyweight workouts and just basic equipment workouts. I do really struggle with it. I'm a kind of all or nothing kind of guy, and a lot of our clients that we work with remotely, we did manage to get quite a bit of equipment out to the majority of them, but we have over 130 clients. So there's some of them that haven't been able to get a client to get equipment to. So it's just we're working on completely different things to what we were working on 8 weeks ago. So we're doing a lot of outdoor stuff. A lot of my clients just won't do bodyweight workouts. I wouldn't do them myself, and you attract clients that are very much like you. So rather than giving them home workouts, we're actually like really getting them into the hiking and hill climbing, and just getting them doing more outdoor activities. I work with a lot of guys, so rather than doing home workouts, we're setting them like stretching sessions similar to sort of like the ROMWOD sessions, meditating, just taking time to work on things that sometimes get brushed aside in normal day-to-day life. So working a lot more on refining the nutritional protocols and making sure that they're in good routines and habits for when things get back to normal. Because if you're spending the past 7 weeks building new habits and waking up at different times to when you're usually in work, or even training at different times, like, I've got a fully set up gym at home. But I'm still trying to train at the same time each day, and I'm still trying to sit down at my laptop at the same day, even though days are a bit different at the minute with my wife being home and stuff like that. Staying in the same routine as you're in now to when things get back to normal is going to benefit you massively. So that's what we've been working on with the Strong program clients at the minute.
So yeah, I've seen you moved house, mate. Your house is amazing. Like,
thank you. Yeah.
I don't know whether you chose the house that you did, but it's next to the water.
Yeah. Well,
I know it's a small detail, but that must be like.
Well, we had it built around. We got to choose the plot. So I always had a dream of, I've lived in this. Me and my wife have lived in the city centre for the past 8 years, and it was always the plan to come and live in the countryside. And
yeah. I mean, we live in the countryside, but like I'm a little bit envious and jealous of your house, because like if I look out that like the front of my window, I can see cows on a farm, and if I look back, I can see like hills that you can walk on, like hills and stuff. But your house is just like, and you go out and stuff like that. I think I'm just a little bit jealous of what you do.
Yeah. No, we really we've worked hard over the past 4 years to sort of. I wanted somewhere where I could do everything from. So from here, because I have the Strong Media business, I've got studio set up for filming. I've got the gym set up for training and making videos. I can have, well, not at the minute, but I can have PTs come here to film online course content. I can also film content for our online programming. So I wanted something where I could have everything in one area rather than going to various different gyms to film or whatever. So I've got sort of everything at home now. So this is why if anything was to happen, it probably happened at quite a good time for me and where we are in life, because we just moved in, we were getting settled in, and I had everything set up just before lockdown. So and not everyone's in a fortunate position like that. A lot of people got caught out, and I've got a friend that was literally he was opening a studio on the Monday, the Saturday. It was the Monday after the Saturday of lockdown, so 3 days after. I've got a friend that was in the process of selling his house and buying a new one, and we've just been really lucky, I suppose. But you've just got to make the most of your current situation. I do think that what's happened is going to benefit the fitness industry. This might cause a bit of controversy, but when we go back, there won't be shit personal trainers still in the industry. They just won't be.
The entry level, as we know, because you've come, you were a PT in the same organisation, Virgin Active, than I was. I know we never worked directly together, but it was kind of in Manchester. But you saw some of the people that just got the badge coming in, and thought, they were fed up with their office jobs and wanted to be a PT. Got a bit of. I
think because they enjoy the gym, they can be a PT.
And the next minute, they didn't understand what was involved in being a PT. There's just so many different. I mean, it's one of the toughest jobs that there is. Like the job that I do now, don't get me wrong, it's stressful and it's tough, but I would say that the hardest job I ever had was being a PT. Definitely.
Yeah, it's because you're not just a PT. You're helping people along a journey that's an emotional journey. It's not easy. You've got to deal with a lot of different situations with your clients while also dealing with your own situations. Running a business itself is not easy.
It's a sales job. You've got to go out there and market and get clients on. People.
And it's an evolving industry, and that's why the PTs that didn't have the infrastructure in the business for when this did happen, so they didn't have protocols to help their clients remotely. Whether that be through training softwares or Facebook groups or whatever, that's why they're going to struggle when things get back to normal, because people are becoming normalized with training from home, and training is such a wide spectrum. Training isn't just about working out for an hour or doing a home workout or a back squat session. That's not what it's just about. It's training is everything. It's walking up. We've got a hill called Holcombe Hill. I have a lot of clients around here, so I'm setting them speed walks up Holcombe Hill. That's fitness. Doing a 10K walk without coming back feeling like you're going to have a hip replacement. That's fitness.
Yeah, just activity.
So people are becoming normalised with doing activities outdoors, and being coached remotely. Like all these CrossFit gyms. I was speaking to Tricky Ricky the other day about how he's managing to pull in amazing numbers on his Zoom classes at the minute because he's got a real good community base. So his clients from his gym are becoming normalized with training from home. So these gyms like this, like his, are going to be able to really capitalize on that when things go back to normal, because
it will give them another avenue to pursue that they may not have been pursuing before. And I think that someone like I've followed Tricky Ricky, and I think he's a really good guy, on sort of social media, and quite inspiring, much like yourself, really, kind of like saying not the same, but quite inspirational. And you follow them because you get kind of motivated by watching yourself and watching him. But if he's not got that as a revenue stream just now, that could become a revenue stream for him when he goes back to his gym.
Yeah, people that, it's like that with all personal trainers now. The majority of personal trainers have set themselves up online. So when the gyms do reopen, they're going to have the ability and the structure in the business to be able to coach people online, because there's so much money to be made.
There is
online, and there's so many ways that you. And when I say making money, I mean helping people, because it's so accessible now to create amazing programs and lifestyle programs and helping people remotely with their nutrition and things that they struggle with. Because as PTs and coaches, sometimes we think, or like when we're training, it's quite easy to do some body weight squats or a burpee. There's people out there that can't do that struggle getting up off the couch without a struggle. And there's so many ways out there that PTs and coaches can help people like that.
And I think it'd be good for people that maybe are feeling very self-conscious about the way that, like if they go into a commercial environment or even a CrossFit gym, you know, it can be overwhelming for some people, like a rabbit in the headlights, like, Jesus Christ, what in the hell is that guy doing? Like a muscle up, like, what is that? Like, that is mental. Yeah. But if you can go and see a coach online and it's, you know, there's no about that, you don't feel self-conscious, you've got a trusting coach that you can kind of buy into, build a relationship with, build up your confidence, and then take it to the next level.
Yeah, I think because the landscape of online coaching I feel has changed over the past 7 weeks. Because when I first started out, we've been running the Strong program for 7 years now. So coaching people, creating personalized strength and conditioning programs for people remotely, and we always targeted people that already have some experience in the gym. So a lot of our clients are actually PTs themselves. So they've already got experience in the gym. We always found that coaching them online is a lot easier because they weren't complete beginners. Now, if I was a coach starting out again, I would retarget my market to people that are complete beginners and not comfortable going into the gym, because training at home has been completely normalized. And there's so many people out there that feel uncomfortable in gyms and that wouldn't go to a CrossFit gym. Even like, I'm based at Train Heel Green, and when we went to the opening day competition. We were training at M20 in Didsbury, myself and Sasha, and we went to the opening competition because they invited us up there. They were like, we'd love to get you guys involved with us. And we went up there, and I was walking into the gym. I was like, whoa, that's Sam Briggs and all these amazing athletes. I was like, oh God. And I've been involved in the industry by that point for nearly 6 years. Can you imagine what it's like for a complete beginner walking into a gym like that, or even like Virgin Active in Didsbury? There's a lot of people that don't want to go to the gyms, and that now have been normalized with training from home. So if there's PTs and coaches watching this, there's so much revenue to be made online right now. It's a great time.
I think that's the reason I'm not doing online coaching, and I don't think that's the route that I want to go down, because there's, what I want to do is slightly different. But you're completely right. Going online is definitely the route forward.
Yeah. Or even just following workouts online. Like there's so many great ones on YouTube, like the ones that you posted about the dumbbells and kettlebells, or the body weight ones that you can do. It's so easy to follow stuff on YouTube now, especially with the access that everyone has from smart TV. Stick it on your TV, make some space in the living room. You can do a stretching session in the morning. You can do a little HIIT workout if that's what you like, or a kettlebell workout, whatever. Just do what you enjoy doing and just making sure you're active.
Everything's on YouTube. Like I'll go on YouTube to look at like exercises, like stretches for my hip or my shoulder, causing me problems, and I'm like, right, what's the right answer? So do a bit of research. YouTube is the way that I go. But even like we discussed before at the Rain Hills, like filmmaking and storytelling and vlogging and all sorts of different training protocols, you can just get that information for free.
I think I built both my businesses off YouTube. It's a great place to learn stuff, definitely.
So in terms of, I think we'll just kind of I think we've covered quite a lot, and it's been quite insightful to listen to your perspective on it, because I'm not like in the fitness industry per se. Like I'm not like in the front line of it, like what you are and others are. So it was good to kind of get that perspective on things, and it's kind of opened my eyes up, or got me to think a little bit differently about how how people can take this pretty shit time and turn it into an opportunity if they're willing to, you know, and if they're willing to adapt. And I think there's always a lot of good things that can come from bad situations.
100%.
Definitely.
100%. Look at industries after all the major wars in the past 100 years.
Yeah.
Industries have boomed after that, and the fitness industry will be one of them after this, because everyone. I don't know when the gyms are going to reopen. I'm not an expert, but I can't see them, especially the big ones, reopening before a vaccine is found. But once they do find this, and once we get over this, and we will get over it at some point, it's going to be January times 20 when you know everyone's going to want a coach, everyone's going to want a PT, everyone's watched The Fittest on Earth on Netflix, and they're going to want to be a CrossFitter. Every single gym is going to be every single gym, pub, and restaurant is going to be absolutely packed, because I'll be there. I'll be there
in the middle of it, and like the people that are
I'll be in the gym with a Deliveroo and a beer.
Exactly. Maybe we need to get into start making PPE equipment, like masks and stuff like that, because somebody's going to make an absolute fortune selling masks. I can tell you.
Probably Wit Fitness branded,
like Wit Fitness, you know. So questions is kind of, well, question one, your thoughts and views on what people can be doing right now to make themselves feel good about training. One thing I've noticed that a lot of people, and I'm basing this kind of assessment and opinion from social media, effectively, and people like that are my friends, and that they're struggling with motivation quite a lot. And it was your post actually where you say, you know, the negativity and people being negative, but not necessarily negative or not very motivated. But what can people be doing right now, physically right now, to make themselves feel good about training?
This is something that we're huge on with our clients at the minute. Sorry, my dad's going mad. There's someone at the door. This is something that we're huge on with our clients at the minute, and it's making sure that you do stuff you enjoy. If you enjoy running, run. If you enjoy walking, walk. If you enjoy HIIT training, HIIT. If you enjoy yoga, yoga. If you're doing stuff, or your coach or your program is providing you with stuff that you're not enjoying, you're not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to enjoy life. So making sure that you're doing things that you enjoy is categorically the most important thing in this within this lockdown. You know, it's making sure that if you enjoy a glass of wine at night, enjoy it guilt-free. Just don't take the mick out of it and have a bottle.
Don't put yourself under, like, don't feel bad about it.
You're yourself to doing things that you enjoy, and you're going to feel even worse. So find something that you enjoy doing and just get really good at it. It's as simple as that. Like, stay active. A lot of our clients, we've got them all Fitbits or Apple Watches. So we're making sure that they're getting, we've got all that. I haven't met one person that doesn't like going out for a walk. Not one person.
This morning, it's great.
And we've really, really hammered home with our clients about the importance of hiking and walking. So with the new restrictions that have been put into place, where they can travel a short distance to go and do exercises, we've been prescribing walks and hikes that they can do in their areas, like a little bit more challenging walks up hills and a little bit further now. So just doing things that you enjoy doing and making sure that you've got a good schedule behind it as well. That's another important thing.
Yeah, routine.
Routine is key.
Question 2. So one thing I found it in the past, well, maybe not in the past, but right now, is one thing you're quite good with is your nutrition, but it's the nutrition around like a sensible, realistic approach. Like, I find that a lot of people that get ripped or are like, super ripped, and it's a bit unrealistic for a normal person like me and other people out there to maintain that level of kind of, discipline over a long period of time. But what can people do to improve their nutrition? Like, maybe people are stress eating, maybe they're having too much wine, or maybe, and they are feeling guilty about it, but maybe they're working from home and eating too much out of the fridge, and there's a little bit more discipline required. But
Yeah.
What's your thoughts and opinions on how people can improve that aspect of it?
Yeah. So I'll explain how. Sorry. I'll explain how we do it with our clients, and I'll explain to the people watching this video how they can implement these into themselves. So what we do with our clients is we get them to keep a food diary, like an intuitive eating food diary, we call it. So we basically tell them in week 1 to eat anything they want. Think foods that they enjoy and foods that they have been eating, what was a sort of normal day to day. Yeah, so not to change your food too much, just enjoy your food, and we'll just see what it looks like at the end of the week. Once we've got a full a week's worth of data, we look at their activity level based on their Fitbit or their Apple Watch, and we look at sort of like where they are calorie wise to where they should be based on their goals. Because we have clients that are trying to drop some weight, we have clients that are not wanting to drop weight but increasing performance, and we've got some clients that want to increase muscle size. Not many at the minute, because to increase muscle size, obviously you need a decent amount of weight, and not many people have got it. But what we'll look at then is their week's worth of food, and we'll build a nutrition program around the foods that they enjoy. So it relates back to the exercises. If you want to stay on track with your nutrition, eat the foods you enjoy. It sounds as mad as it is, but it's making sure that. So what we tend to find is in that week's worth of nutrition, usually they're not miles off the calories that we would be setting them. But let's say, for instance, we've just set up this a lad called Matt today, actually, or we've just set his first week. His calories were pretty much bob on. They were about 2,600 calories. Yeah, but what we looked, when we actually looked into the food, he was getting 1,400 calories of snacks. So his meal sizes were tiny, and then his snacks were massive. So what we've done is we've said to him for the first week is increase. You know, we noticed he was having jam on toast for breakfast. So let's increase that. Have more of that in the morning. Have a bigger lunch. Yeah, dinner's fine, but we're going to cut back on all these snacks that you're having throughout the day. And it's just and over time we'll start implementing more things. But at the end of the day, he's still enjoying he's still eating the foods that he enjoys while maintaining a small calorie deficit, which is what we are trying to set out to do. So again, it depends on your goals, but whether you're trying to put on weight, lose weight, or training for performance, you should always be eating foods you enjoy, because a diet shouldn't feel like a diet. A diet is just what we eat. You know, that's actually a wrong statement. A diet is just the foods we eat. Okay. It shouldn't feel like a chore, or you shouldn't be overly hungry all the time, or you shouldn't have heartburn, or you shouldn't have runny shits. Yeah. If you've got all this, you're eating, your portion control's wrong, you're probably eating the wrong foods, but you should be eating the foods that you enjoy, and it won't feel like a chore. It'll just be a completely normal thing. And again, it relates to getting back to being organised with your
maybe change the quantities. Like, I know if I want to increase, like, my breakfast will largely stay the same. It's always oats with protein. But if I want to increase the calories, I'll just put milk instead of almond milk, or increase the amount of oats that are in there, or maybe put a pot of peanut butter in there or something like that. So the meal is still effectively the same, but the quantities and calories make around that.
And you enjoy that breakfast, so it's not going to be a chore to eat it.
I wake up and then I can, just have it, and it's where it, so it's easy. So good. Well, your thoughts on that's good. And last one, which again I think we kind of touched upon, is motivation. Like, just actually getting motivated to come and train. Like, some people have equipment and a gym. I've got, I'm fortunate enough to have this. Some people don't have that. Some people just have a dumbbell or a kettlebell. But I think that whether you've got a kettlebell, dumbbell, or both, or even a CrossFit gym, or just a gym in general, sometimes you might not be motivated to actually go and do something. What would you say to someone that does just have a dumbbell and can't be bothered to train, like, to increase their motivation?
Find something that you enjoy doing. Leave the dumbbell, sell it. You'll get a load of money for it. Sell the dumbbell, and see if you enjoy running. it's a perfect opportunity to get really, 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 really good lungs.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. You're right. You know, like I've
running. If I didn't have, so my training program at the minute is I'm doing sort of like a squat Pacific high volume squat. I'm chasing the 200 kilogram back squat that I've been chasing for the past 2 years, but I'm on high volume, a little bit like a customized Smolov Junior program. So it's literally just squatting, and I'm getting 15k steps, and I've got some assistance exercises, quite easy to do. If I didn't have the gym, my goals would be completely different, and my body composition would be completely different. At the minute, I'm piling in the food to accommodate for my training. If I didn't have the gym, I do enjoy I do enjoy running. At the minute, I'd probably struggle running a 5k with my fit. You know, I can go out walking for 8 hours, but I'd probably struggle running a 5k at the minute. But if I didn't have the gym, I'd be all over running, all over it. Because I know I enjoy it. But I 100% wouldn't be doing burpees in my living room. And I probably wouldn't do a dumbbell workout. I'd probably choose running over a dumbbell workout. So again, it's just, if you're struggling for motivation on the sessions that you're being set, change the sessions, do a session or an activity that you're going to enjoy doing. Go and play football. You can go down to the park and play football with your household, or anything. Any activity is going to be better than sulking on your ass looking at a dumbbell.
That's the thing. I think, yeah, you're right. Because like I've been changing things up pretty much daily. Like I've been saying, right, do you know what? I just want to get a bigger chest. That's just and I want to do some bicep curls. You know, there's a part of me that wants to go in and do like the CrossFit, sessions, and maybe I'll follow a bit of comp train, maybe I'll follow a little bit of like CrossFit Insight and have a look on Instagram and see what workouts are knocking about there. And if I see something I like, I'll do it. But for the most part, I'm like, my default kind of exercises just now is just pull ups and bench press.
That's Just get really good at one movement. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just getting really good at squatting.
So your strong program, I didn't realize I did realize that you were obviously running an online coaching program, but I didn't realize it was as big as it was. But if people want to find you, what I'll do is I'll link everything in the description. People can get to you. But what is your offering? What do you do? What is I know you've spoken briefly about it, but if I wanted to go and sign up to the Strong program, what is the kind of process? What's on offer?
Yeah. So to sign up with the Strong program, what you do is you drop us a message on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. We arrange a consultation. What we offer is completely customized programming. So when things are back to normal, when people are in the gym, we provide programs that are sort of like, so the strength program. So when you're training a strength program, bench press, deadlift, back squat, overhead press, whatever sort of like your goal is, the numbers are predetermined on percentages and whatever over 6 to 8 week blocks of training. The assistance exercises are there to make you stronger over those movements, and they're completely customized to the individual client. So when a client comes on board with us, we figure out exactly where they are and exactly where they need to be. And we come up with a plan to get them to that where they want to be. And we can give them a specific time frame. So if it's let's say, for instance, when times are normal, their current back squat is 120 and they want to get to 160 and they want to put on X amount of weight, we can categorically say to them, right, you're going to work, if you work with us for 5 months and follow exactly what we give you on the through everything that we deliver is through the Strong app. So all your training and nutrition programs all delivered through one area. We can categorically say this is how long it's going to take you to get from point A to point B. We're really big into our numbers with the nutrition and the training and the step count and the sleep patterns. And when you've got all these figures and numbers and you're seeing patterns, it's quite easy to determine how long someone's going to take to get from A to B. And this is the difference between strength programming and CrossFit. Because I'm a CrossFit athlete myself, although I haven't competed the past 2 years. A CrossFit athlete myself. But with strength training, it's predefined numbers. So we know that a client, if they stick to these numbers based on their estimated 1 rep maxes, by the time it comes to week 8, they should be able to push this because they've worked on this, and this. Yeah. Obviously, at the minute, it's slightly different the way that we're running the program. The program that we're running at the minute is very, very much lifestyle based. So we're working on building key habits that are going to help them when things get back to normal. So we're looking at more into the sleep pattern. We're looking really deeply into the nutrition and building really good nutritional protocols. Like I said, the step count is massive at the minute, especially for clients that are working from home and that are sat down all day, which a lot of our clients are. And just building these habits and putting them into place so that when things get back to normal, they're just completely, they say it takes 21 days for a task to become normal. If you do a task for 21 days, at the end of the 21 days, it will be normal. So if you wanted to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, you set an alarm for 5 a.m. every morning for 21 days, turn that alarm off and you will wake up at 5 a.m. every day categorically without the alarm. So we're just really implementing these habits and patterns so that our clients are in the strongest position possible for when things get back to normal.
Yeah, I think that you're definitely right. Like the data definitely data influences the behavior, and that speaks for all areas of life, in my opinion. And I'm sure.
Well, you know yourself with your job, it's
numbers, it's ratios and numbers, and the fact of the matter is that
it's the same with your YouTube channel.
Exactly. Everything that you can peel back everything, and the data sits behind it, and it's ratios. So, like my work, for example, if I want to make a placement, then I know that I need to send 16 CVs, because I know that I need to send 4 CVs to get 1 interview, and out of 4 interviews, I'll get 1 placement.
Yeah,
that's what the data tells me. And I look at the data, and I've looked at the data for the past month, 3 years. And it's always largely the same. You might not always get that. It might not always work out to be that way. But it's the same with the MyFitnessPal. You know, data influences the behavior. And the reason why I use MyFitnessPal still is just because when I see the numbers and the data, then it influences my behavior and decision making on what I'm going to eat next.
Yeah.
The same as training as well. You know, once you start to track it, that's the importance of tracking it.
Oh yeah, mate, we're big on that.